What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the WeebNoob, and I'm here with you with a manga haul for April. Now, I gotta be honest, I spent a whole lot of money in April. Boy, woo! I want to say just on Berserk, I spent, it's in my video, I want to say it was $500 and something. It's crazy. Plus another $400 or $500 too with what I'm going to show you in this video. Because I'm not going to show you Berserk, because hey, you guys have already seen that one if you look at my previous videos. But anyways, let's get into this video. Like and subscribe and share, and boom! Alright guys, so for one of the hauls I got, and I only got one volume of this because I didn't know how, if I would like it, so on and so forth. I got Blame. Now the thing with Blame is, it definitely caught my attention. I was scrolling through Amazon, and I was like, yeah, it looks interesting. I haven't read it yet, but I'm very excited to read it. Very, very interesting. And from what I could see is, it only has a master edition. There's no little small tankobon singles, so on and so forth. It's just a master edition. So there you go. Blame. Very excited. Alright, everybody. So now up for the second edition to the beautiful collection that I have. I had to get volumes 1 through 6 of Tokyo Revengers, the omnibuses. Alright, I do like me some nice little omnibuses. And this is kind of just like Blame. I don't know anything about this series. It's kind of a blind buy. Matter of fact, a lot of this was a blind buy for the month of April. So I can't, say any otherwise. But I'm very excited to read this. And hey, leave me a comment down below if you guys recommend something for me to buy too, and I'll check it out. Okay? Alright. Now for my third addition to the collection, I had to get Alice in Borderland Volume 2. I'm very guilty. I am extremely guilty of buying a manga and never reading it. I'm that guy. I'm 100% that guy. Something I hate about myself. Not literally. I can't stand it. Especially with my work. I get tied up in work, and sometimes I just can't read stuff. But I did watch this series on Netflix originally, which is what made me buy the first one, because I wanted the story, maybe buy the first one, and I never read it.
Nice.
But anyways, I bought Volume 2, so I can read 1 and 2, and if I like it from there, then obviously 3, 4, so on and so forth. Alright? So, in this video, you are going to see quite a bit of single-shot mangas, because, I don't know why, but in April, I got into comics too. Which this video is not about comics, but I got into comics, and comics were kind of confusing me, so I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted very, very simple manga to read that were one book, one-offs, one and done. So one of those books that I got was Goodbyeerie. Now this one I'm actually pretty excited to read because this is written by the author of Chainsaw Man. So I am very excited to read that, excited to read this. So, as I previously mentioned, in April I got into comics, right? So I was like, man, who cares about the American comics? What about the manga? And then I was like, man, I really want to see some color though, especially after reading 14 Dark Horse volumes of Berserk, which were chef's kiss. They were beautiful, amazing.
Nice.
Wouldn't trade that time for anything. I had a lot of fun with those mangas. They're beautiful. I'm probably gonna read them a couple more times, to be honest. But back to this. I wanted to see some color, and I didn't want to buy any more American comics, so bought a manga. Killing Stalking, Volume 1. Don't know much about it. Like I said, this month was kind of a complete blind buying month, so, but yeah, nonetheless. Alright, now like I was saying, complete blind buy. I had to get this. This looked really cool. I got volumes 1 and 2 of Kagurabachi. If I am mispronouncing that, I completely apologize. I'm not really sure if I'm going to enjoy this all that much. It sounds very interesting and it looks very interesting, so I think I will, but just in case, I wanted to just get 2 volumes. And what it's about is As a young boy, Chihiro trains every day under his father to become a swordsmith. Although different in temperament, the two spend peaceful days laughing and working together. But one day, tragedy strikes. Now, Chihiro burns with hatred and sets out to exact revenge, following clues left behind by a ruthless Yakuza organization. Chihiro confronts the Hishahaku, a deadly group of sorcerers that may be behind his father's murder. So, I mean, just from that we know he wants to be a swordsmith, he was training with his father, and his father was unfortunately murdered. So, sounds very interesting, looks very interesting, pretty excited. Alright, so a little bit of life news about me is I am going to be a father. So I had to get this manga because I was looking up father-son manga, father-daughter manga, and I settled on Heinomat III. Very excited to read this. Don't really know what it's about. Apparently it's a father-daughter manga because this is what showed up. Could be wrong. Looked over it a little bit and was like, yep, this looks very interesting. So I got 2 volumes of it because it's kind of what I do sometimes is I'll usually get 2 volumes to kind of fill something out, and if I don't like it from there, then I'm not going to get any more. But yep, Heinomat III. Very, very excited to read this. Alright, now like I was saying, I got some one-off stuff, and this is one of them. The Metalhead Next Door. You know, I'm pretty excited to read this. It says, impoverished graduate student Kento nearly freezes to death outside his new, cheap, unheated apartment during a blizzard. Luckily, he's saved by neighbor Sashi, a quiet and somewhat frightening young man who dresses in all black. Although he excludes an aura that screams, "Keep away!" his eyes hidden behind long rocker hair, pled for something else. And over the year, they share meals together. So yeah, I mean, it just sounds pretty interesting. Pretty excited, you know. Alright, so this next one, I have been hearing nothing but great stuff about. I used to watch people and they would always get this series and the series after it. So I just said, screw it, I'm going to try it, see what happens. 20th Century Boys, Volume 1. This one, I didn't get 2 volumes. These are very expensive. I didn't get 2 volumes. I got 1. So, but I'm very excited to read this. I want to see if it's what all the hype is, so on and so forth. So if you guys got anything to say about 20th Century Boys, let me know. You guys, if I like this, I'm going to let you guys know, and you guys give me some recommendations. Alright, remember how I said I am terrible about buying manga, never reading it? So, I have had volume 1 of this series in my collection since before I went into the trades. Never read it, never touched it, because people said it was great. So I got volume 2 because I want to read volume 1 and 2, and if I like them, I'm going to continue buying this series, because this series is praised and praised and praised. And that is Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Pretty excited to read this. The art style is kind of not, I might get some hate for this, but the art style is not really my cup of tea. I think I'm going to grow to love it though, but the art style is not really for me, But I'm very excited to read this, and I really hope it's worth all the hype. Really do, because I want to love this. Alright, now the next book I got is also by the creator of Chainsaw Man. I think I said author previously. Creator. Sorry, excuse me. Creator of Chainsaw Man. So I had to get this one too. It's called Look Back. It's one of those one-off mangas that I told you guys I was getting quite a few of those this month, so I'm very excited to read this. It's about 2 girls who really love drawing manga, and they get brought together by the love of manga, so pretty excited. Alright, now like I've said back and forth, a lot of the manga that I got in this haul, people have praised for years, and this is one of them. Uzumaki by Junji Ito. I got the hardcover edition. I have heard about this, and especially with me liking Berserk in the past, I had to grab this. Alright, so hoping I love it, because there's been nothing but good praise about this book, so I'm really hoping I love it. But I'll let you guys know. Now this next one, I want to say I looked up on Amazon manga deals, and this one just kind of popped up. It is The Summer Hikaru Died. I got volumes 1 and 2 of this. Now this guy is, Hikaru goes up into the mountains for 6 months, and he comes back down, and his friend doesn't even recognize him because it's like it's not his friend anymore. Other than that, I don't know anything about this manga, so on and so forth, but I'm very, very excited to read this. Yep. The summer Hikaru died. So I loved spending money this month, okay? I loved it. I loved it so much, I had to buy all the deluxe editions of Berserk and the hardcover for Vagabond, the deluxe edition. Alright? And this is also another one of those I have never read. I have heard nothing but great, fantastic things about this. I kind of like Japanese culture, obviously. I like manga. I like samurai, sword fighting, so on and so forth. So I'm actually very certain I'm going to love this guy. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is, I want to say there's going to be 12 of these, if I looked it up correctly. And I think they're only on 3 or 2. So that's going to be a bit of a wait game. But it is what it is. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so I'm used to waiting. And I'm now a Berserk fan, so I'm going to be very, very used to waiting. But nonetheless, I'm very excited to read this guy. Okay. Alright, so along with that, I also bought 2 more hardcover editions. Alright, deluxe editions, as you will. Vinland Saga, volumes 1 and 2. Now, the thing is, one of these still isn't even open. The other one is, because I just flipped through the pages. This is another one of those that I don't know anything about, but I am very, very excited to read it. Can't wait to update you guys on this series. But as you guys can see, I spent a lot of money in April. And I'm probably going to spend a lot of money the rest of the year. So, anyways, if you guys liked the video, remember, like and subscribe. And stay weeb. You noobs! Peace.